RuneScape is a game where there are many sources of items. From bossing, to skilling, to minigames, but nothing is more exciting than opening a treasure chest. From endgame chests everybody dreams of, to forgotten chests that nobody knows, chests exist all throughout RuneScape. In this series, I aim to answer one simple question. Can you complete every raid in RuneScape with your only source of items being from chests? I, like many others, have the most fun on RuneScape when I'm doing something challenging and unusual. And one day I got recommended a video, Only Chests by the OSR Xtreme. Now, while he allowed some items not from chests and training methods not chest related, this concept intrigued me. So it got me thinking, what would an Xtreme chest restricted account actually look like? Where do I get runes? What weapons come from chests? How do I train agility? This series will genuinely push chests to their limits, and using methods unknown to most, will conquer the game's hardest content. I spawned in Lumbridge, as any typical Iron Man normally does, and proceeded to drop all of my items, because we're starting this series completely from scratch. Now, I want to be totally clear on the rule set, so the series can simply be broken down into two rules. Firstly, I can only do content that is related to chests. And secondly, we must be able to access every chest. Rule 1 is self-explanatory. We can only kill monsters, obtain items, and train skills in ways that are chest related, or with the resources obtained from chests. This means we can kill rock crabs because they do drop caskets, which are chests, but we cannot pick up any of their other loot. And it also means we can't kill things like goblins because they drop neither keys or chests. Rule 2, however, is a little less straightforward. The majority of chests in RuneScape are locked behind quests. Because of this, we are allowed to complete any quest that leads to a chest. For example, the Waterfall quest, as that leads to the Song of the Elves to unlock the Gauntlet. But we cannot complete every quest. If there's a quest like Witch's House, which is a standalone quest that does not unlock a chest at all, they're locked forever and we can never complete them. We do need to elaborate on some of these rules further, but we'll do that later down the line when they actually crop up. So we set off on our journey. First, we walked to Varrock to pick up a spade from the general store, and then proceeded to complete X marks the spot. As we can't obtain a spade from chests yet, we are allowed to obtain items from any source purely for chest related quests. As the quest is now completed, we have to drop the spade and can no longer use it. But in this one circumstance, we do get to keep the rewards from the quest as we traded a chest to obtain them. So I'm going to use this experience lamp on fishing, as it'll be very, very important later on. And there's 4 fishing, the first levels of many. And now the main rules have been laid out, what can we even do this early in the game that's chest related? Well, there's many chests in the game, over 50 useful ones in fact. But most of them require some sort of thieving requirement. The first chest in the thieving skill guide is the 10 coin chest, which requires level 13 thieving to open. So how do we train to level 13? We can't exactly thieve men. Well, there's only one answer. The Chambers of Xeric, beginning where it's all going to end. But the path there is treacherous, filled with dangerous lizard men that can not only hit 7s, but also poisonous, leading to a swift death. So we need to figure out a way to survive, or all of our thieving chests are off limits. And lucky for us, there's a chest that I guarantee most of you don't know exists. In the Observatory dungeon, there's a chest that gives anti-poison 1 dose, which will increase our chance of survival significantly for the lizardmen. But, as per usual, there's one issue. There are many chests down this dungeon, and only one is the actual anti-poison chest. Most of the others will spawn a poisonous spider, which will promptly get us killed. So we need to be careful. After finding the chest and managing to avoid the spiders, we discovered we can loot the chest every 3 ticks, which not only means this process is a fast one, but it also means we have to do 0 world hopping, which is a win in my book. Armed with 28 attempts worth of anti-poison, we were ready to tackle the arduous walk to the Chambers of Xeric. We banked all but 1 anti-poison, spoke to Vios, and made our way to Zaya. We could get insta-banged, and it's going to take us a few times to actually get through it. There is a mountain guide here that can take you to Chambers, but you've got to actually go and speak to him first. As you can see, he's nowhere to be seen. And now we've just got to bolt it. Okay, a 0, that's good. It's also singles here, which I didn't know, so we are really lucky. We're still on 9 here. Oh, another 0? Wait, we might get it first go. This would be insane if we did. No, 6. We've got to tank 1 more hit. Don't hit me. Oh my god, I think we've done it. We can get to Chambers now. This anti-poison came in clutch. If not, we would be dead here for sure. That's right, we somehow made it through on our very first attempt, and with Lady Luck smiling down on us, we made it to the Chambers of Xeric unscathed. We spoke to the mountain guide who'll kindly take us back through the swamp the next time we need to come here, and we started scouting. Now, the standard Chambers of Xeric raid is randomly generated, meaning we have no idea what room we'll get first. As we only need the thieving room, we need the first room of the raid to be thieving, as passing any other room is impossible right now. So, we need to make a party, enter, and if it's not thieving first, leave, repeat. Oh my god, and there it is. It took a solid 25 minutes of scouting to find this, so let's make the most of it. Oh, it feels so good to actually be in a raid already. The thieving room is fairly self-explanatory. You thieve grubs from chests, feed them to the scavenger, and when he's full, he'll let you pass. But we're not going to be doing that. We're going to simply be thieving these chests for a few hours and dropping all of the grubs, rinse and repeat. Now, as I stated earlier, there are many chests locked behind thieving, and some are incredibly useful for our account. In particular, the Isle of Souls chest, the Dorgish Corn chest, and the Wilderness's Rogue Castle chest contain some very useful items for us. To not get ahead of ourselves, let's set a soft goal of 52 thieving to unlock the Dorgish Corn chests, as they're the most important for us right now. Not only do they provide us with our main source of runes, and a bone crossbow for training range, but they also have easy clues as a drop, which are very common at only a 1 in 23 drop rate. And there's 13 thieving, unlocking our first thieving chest, the 10 coin chest, which honestly could be surprisingly useful. And after almost 1 whole hour, here it is, 28 thieving. Unlocking our first incredible chest for the account, the Isle of Souls chest. Now we'll get into why this is a really good chest a little bit later, but here's a sneak peek at the loot table. We have a problem. For level 52 thieving, we need 123,660 experience. But we're currently only on around 11,000 XP an hour, and it's going down since we keep running out of run energy. That means it'll take us over 10 hours to hit level 52. But we will be force logged out at the 6-hour mark, meaning we're gonna have to rescout. And here we are, almost 4 hours in. There's 40 thieving. Now, we have around 30 minutes left before being force logged, so we are going to leave here for now and reevaluate our plans. While we're thinking about what to do next, it's time to talk about the only 2 item exceptions we're allowing on this account. Firstly, we're going to allow ourselves a lockpick. Now, this one's self-explanatory, but a lot of chests require a lockpick to access, meaning we genuinely do need one. So, we're headed up to the Rogue's Castle where we can thieve one relatively effortlessly and... Oh! That's not good. And there is the lockpick achieved. Next, we need a saw, which seems obscure at first, but this is actually required to unlock any chest that has a construction, farming, or a hunter requirement. So we simply walked into our local estate agents and stole one. I wanted to get these 2 item exceptions out of the way early so people know what to expect, and so there are no surprises in the future. Instead of returning back to Chambers and going through scouting hell, let's test out our newly unlocked chest in the Isle of Souls dungeon. It's a little bit out of the way, existing in a dungeon on the east side of the Isle of Souls, but as we don't have fairy ring access, our closest teleport is the Soul Wars minigame teleport, meaning it's quite a trek. Once inside though, we run into our next problem. The chest exists at the end of the dungeon, meaning we have to not only bypass skeletons and lesser demons that can whittle down our health, but also blue dragons that can absolutely annihilate us. Well, this is gonna be tough. Let's just send it. Crap! This is one of those moments I wish I could just complete the witch's house for the quick hit points experience. Speaking of quests, the main goal of this episode is to complete Below Ice Mountain and unlock Camdozel. Camdozel's protected by a golem that we currently have no chance of facing, so we're trying to get runes to safe spot it. The Isle of Souls chest is only half the puzzle though, as it gives us mind runes, but we also need air runes, currently only available through the maze random, which, while we're not allowed to directly complete, we can go in there and loot the chests inside the maze. After a walk of shame back to Edgeville as our minigame teleport's still on cooldown, we made it back. Come on, we can do it this time. That's huge. Oh, there we go, we're safe. Because I've got 6 hit points here, the baby blue dragons can't one-shot me, so I think if I can just get one of those to hit me first, I'm safe here. Come on. Oh my god, we actually made it. And we started looting. Now, earlier I showed a sneak peek of the Isle of Souls chest loot, but that isn't actually this chest. There are actually 2 chests unique to the Isle of Souls. This one in the dungeon, and another one with a much better loot table. To access the better chest, we must obtain dark keys, and the only place to get them is right here in this chest at a 1 in 200 drop rate. While that is pretty rare, the other drops here make up for it. Not only can we get our best in slot weapon for quite a while, the adamant scimitar, but we can also get uncut gems, skilling equipment, herbs, and runes. All things which are incredibly valuable to this account. An adamant scimitar! Oh my god! That is like so good. This is going to be so useful in the future. It's going to be one of our best in slot melee weapons for a long, long time. This chest is absolutely insane for what you can get. But, like with most chests we've encountered so far, it isn't all fun and games. For fuck's sake. As you can see, this chest is irritating, especially at lower levels. In fact, at 40 thieving with a lockpick, we only have a 28% chance of getting a successful loot roll. Even at level 99, it's only a 70% chance. So this is a very tough chest to break. And as you saw a minute ago, the teleporting, oh my god. 1 in every 6 failures, you get teleported out of the dungeon and you've got to run through it again. Oh, mithril pickaxe. We can't use this for a while, but this is really, really good to get early. Soon as we hit the mining level and get to Camdozel, we can just mine with this and it's going to be quite fast. Yes. These are what we need. Oh, we need a lot more though, because we need to train to fire strike and use it. Don't you love just sitting around for ages? A grimy guam leaf. Now, these aren't that common from here, but we do need to pick up as many as we can, because there's not many low-level herb lore options from chests, so this is honestly pretty great. Okay, this isn't working. Waiting around for 5 to 9 minutes to regenerate health every time I teleport is far too slow, so let's go get us some food. While a lot of chests do drop food, we currently don't have access to any of them. With fishing and hunting not yet being valid methods, we have to turn directly to probably the most famous chest in Runescape, the Recipe for Disaster quest. We collected some food items and completed Cook's Assistant as it is required for the quest line, and then we ran into our first hurdle. To actually unlock the Lumbridge basement chest, we need 10 cooking, as without it, the cook will not let us start the Recipe for Disaster quest. We currently have 0 training methods, but as we can complete quests that unlock chests, we have one surprising solution. Gertrude's cat of all things gets us enough cooking experience and is actually required for Beneath Cursed Sands to unlock the Tombs of Amascut chests. So we quickly completed the quest, abandoned our cute little kitten and went back to the cook. This time, he gave us a quest to collect a bunch of ingredients from all throughout Gielinor. There we go! And one short cutscene later, we unlock our very first chest through questing. As we've only completed one subquest, the food chest currently only contains a stock of 1 for everything, which is very annoying, but it is usable. It's also worth noting at this point that I cannot actually use GP in shops unless it's for a mandatory quest item. It wouldn't be an Xtreme series otherwise, but as this shop is a chest, we are allowed to purchase both the food and the armor from this chest. Meaning for now, this is our primary source of not only food, but also cooking experience. It also means we've got a chance at obtaining Barrow's gloves in the future, which would be our best in slot gloves. Now, I've got no idea why we have to give GP to a chest or how it uses it, but if it's accepting gold, this chest must be a mimic, right? Or a gimmighoul? I have no idea. As jugs and buckets are resources from chests, we are allowed to fill them with water to use them. Add in the pot of flour and we can finally start cooking. Jeez, pots of flour are 13 GP each? That's gonna add up. We've only managed to buy 27 with our current cash stack. We definitely need more, so I guess it's finally time to make use of the worst chest in the game. If you didn't guess it already, I was referring to this chest right here, the 10 coin chest, which, you guessed it, gives us 10 coins every time. This is genuinely so slow. We can only loot the chest around every 7 to 8 seconds. So we get like 80 GP a minute. For some reason, I always notice something unusual with every chest that we've come across. I use the menu entry swap feature to swap left click to search for traps, because opening the chest normally damages you significantly. But every time I loot the chest and it becomes locked again, the left click option goes back to open, meaning this chest is actually two different objects. When the chest is lootable, it's the first chest that has my left click of search for traps. But when it's locked, it becomes a second chest. You'd think this is a useless piece of information, but it actually helps us out, as the moment the left click option shows search for traps, we know it's lootable again. I doubt anyone's even ever looted this chest before, but hey, at least you can do it efficiently now. Ooh, a random event that we can actually do, Captain Arav. Because we're unlocking a chest for him and getting the loot from that, this random event's absolutely valid. Ooh, a gold bar, that might come in handy in the future. 40 minutes later, we have 3,022 gold pieces. Let's leave it here for now and go fill our stomachs. While I was getting this GP, I was browsing the wiki to see exactly what food we could make. And I came across an interesting item, scrambled eggs. I've never even heard of this item, but you simply buy one egg and one bowl and you put them together and get uncooked eggs. You can then cook these to make scrambled eggs, which heal 5 hit points, the same as bread, but they're much cheaper at only 10 GP each. As we've got only access to one stock, we're buying both ingredients for scrambled eggs and ingredients for bread on every world. It's a little bit more expensive for the bread, but it speeds up the process a lot considering we've got to world hop. Okay, we've got a little bit of GP left over just in case we need it, but we've processed everything and we have 104 bread dough and 120 scrambled eggs. Let's see if we burn as many as we would in real life. As you can see, our first inventory didn't go so well, but we did manage to cook about half of them, which is a huge milestone for us, as it's our first edible food on the account. After cooking all the bread, we ended up with 71, which is not bad going at all. And this is the last of the scrambled egg. We've also just hit 26 cooking, giving us a total level of 100. Not bad at all. We've ended up with 88 cooked scrambled egg, giving us over 150 pieces of food to work with. Let's grab our lockpick and get back to the Isle of Souls. Okay, this should be a lot easier to get to the chest. We get hit, we eat, we should survive. So let's get that done. Wow, the first one teleported us out. What rotten luck. So we're going to be staying here indefinitely now until we're either out of food and need more, or until we get a maze random event. Wonder which one's going to happen first. Ooh, a mithril axe, the first axe on the account. Now, woodcutting's a little bit of a weird one. Out of every skill in the game, woodcutting is the only one that I can't find a viable training method for with chests. Resources from chests don't cut it, and chest-related activities don't cut it. Axes are tools, not resources, so I'm not going to allow myself to just cut trees and use the logs just because I got an axe from a chest. Viable training methods only include resources or training via chest-related content. For example, with mining we've got Camdozel, so we can just mine there to train, but with woodcutting we've not got anything. If we got a lobster pot from a chest, we cannot go and catch lobsters, but if we get a fishing rod and bait, we can use the bait and keep the fish, as bait is a resource. If anyone's got any suggestions of how to train woodcutting related to chests, please leave them in the comments, because I'm stumped. And it is going to be very important to train woodcutting because 70 woodcutting is a requirement for Song of the Elves. If there's no chest related method, we're just going to have to cut trees to 70 and drop all the logs, because it would lock out the gauntlet, which we don't want. Ooh, not the random event we need, but one we're allowed to do. This random has a 1 in 150 chance of giving us both a tooth half and a loop half of a key. So we are allowed to do it, but we must drop every other item we obtain. Coins, unfortunate, but we do have to drop the... they're a part of my stack. I'll need to remember to drop these when we get to the bank, because we can't keep these. Oh, and there it is, our first dark key. This unlocks the other chest on the Isle of Souls. The dark chest, and that is the chest that we need. As you can see, its drop table is incredible, offering insane armor for us, as well as a large quantity of other items. One food left, so that's this trip done, and honestly it was a huge success. We got the dark key, we got some mind runes, and this is the only chest in the game that can give me low level herbs, so they're going to be very important and useful in the future. We finished that trip and we're currently on our way to use the dark key, as there's no time like the present. We're looking for any armor upgrade, a rune pickaxe, or even some dragon bones to kickstart our prayer training. And here we are, one dark key. Wish us luck. 267 rune arrows, and what the hell? Holy crap, I did not know it hit you. That genuinely just shut me up. What the hell? Okay, either way, 267 rune arrows is not bad. That could come in handy in the future. And also, that gave me 1,500 experience, actually, which means we have officially unlocked the 50 GP chest, which is going to be very handy when we need more money. I have just read on the wiki that you can take 10 damage opening that chest, so I guess we'll stack the keys and we'll open them when we're a little bit healthier. And with that uncut diamond, as well as the chocolate bar that I just got, I think that's every drop from this chest acquired. Except for medium clues, which is annoying because I'd love to try and do a medium right now. Problem is, if there's a spade step, I'd have to wait. Oh yeah, I forgot to drop those 320 coins from the random that we're not allowed, so there we go. A second random event. Now, while we're not allowed to interact with Dr. Jekyll right now for a free strength potion, we can interact with him in the future if we get a clean herb from a chest. Wait, did I just get a nothing roll? I didn't even know that was possible. Yeah, according to the wiki, there's no nothing roll on the table. I wonder if we just discovered a new loot roll, or if there's something more weird going on. Okay, so I've got a theory. Maybe the chest is coded so that if you only have one inventory slot and the chest rolls a double drop of an unstackable item, like 2 box traps, that the game just chooses to delete them. I've brought some scrambled egg along so I can keep the balls in my inventory just to test it. No other nothing drop yet, but here's 45 thieving coming in. Maybe we won't even need to go back to the chambers for a while. Wait, we got it again. I'm not going crazy. I actually think my theory's right. I think that if you have one inventory slot and get a double roll, you just get nothing. Oh, no. Oh my god, I didn't even know the blue dragon could hit me there. I was animation stalled on the chest opening, so that could have definitely killed me. Okay, we're nearly out of food, so we're going to have to call it quits for now. The goal of this episode, as stated, is Below Ice Mountain, as it unlocks a lot for the account. It's an incredibly useful early game place, but the quest's locked behind 16 quest points. So let's go rapid fire some quests. I completed Romeo and Juliet, which might seem weird, but it's surprisingly a requirement for Secrets of the North. Secrets of the North unlocks me the Phantom Musket, which has a frozen cache on its drop table, which is a chest. But I'm not going to get into that now. That's a theory crafting session for a future video, as the chest is absolutely insane. I'll let you guys figure out why. I then completed Goblin Diplomacy, as it's a stepping stone to completing Death to the Dorgashan, which unlocks us various Dorgashkarn thieving chests, followed by the Restless Ghost, which once again is surprisingly required for Secrets of the North. Also, I decided to keep the Ghost Beak Amulet in the bank for future quest requirements, but it will be dropped once no longer needed. This will be a theme with recurring quest items. And this left us at 15 quest points, one shy of the Below Ice Mountain quest. Seeing no maze randoms up to this point demoralized me a little bit, but I have a genius idea. There's one quest that we're allowed to do that can absolutely kickstart our account. The Waterfall quest, as it's part of the Song of the Elves quest line, which is required to unlock the Gauntlet. This'll get us the attack level to wield the adamant scimitar that we got, which should hopefully be good enough to kill the golem for the quest. Oh, and there it is, the Waterfall quest completed. There's 30 attack and 30 strength. Now I've got to drop all these items, which is a shame, but quests aren't chests. I should put that on a shirt. So we set off to complete Below Ice Mountain. Feels good when you can actually get a quest item from a chest. While doing this quest, we noticed something peculiar. No, not that chest hair. Wait a minute, there's a chest here. Does it have anything in it? Damn it! And here we are at the finale. Let's get in there and take on this golem. Oh god, he hits hard. After being slapped around a bit, turns out you can safe spot him. We spent so much time at the Isle of Souls on a wild goose chase for a maze random, and we could have just come here ages ago. And there we go. And there it is, completed. We do need to drop the 2,000 coins, which we'll do when we get to the bank though. 2,000 coins dropped. Now, why are we here? Well, Camdozel's whole thing is that it has a vault that requires Baronite shards to access. In this vault, there are 3 chests, a simple lockbox, an elaborate lockbox, and an ornate lockbox, each with their own drop tables. All 3 chests have access to a shared weapons and armor table, dropping various equipment from iron through adamant, but the common loot table for each chest is vastly different. The simple lockbox drops a fishing rod and fishing bait, finally unlocking the fishing skill for us when we hit level 5, as well as soft clay, ores for smithing, and logs, which have various uses for us. The elaborate lockbox, as the name suggests, has generally better loot, offering higher tier ores, talismans for rune crafting, arrows, and some magic armor. But the biggest thing we need from here is actually the steel pickaxe, as the fastest way to obtain baronite shards is through mining. And finally, the ornate lockbox, which is the hardest to obtain, actually gives us the least. While these items are generally better, we have much more use for the other two lockboxes. However, this lockbox does have the best chance at obtaining better gear, having only a 6 in 50 chance of hitting the armor and weapons table. All in all, Camdozel is amazing for our account, giving us access to many skills and being our primary mining training method. Each run in the Camdozel vault costs us 750 baronite shards. Mining is the best method, but it requires a pickaxe which we don't yet have, meaning smithing is also locked. Also, we don't have any way to access a small or a big fishing net, so fishing is locked indefinitely. So how do we get the shards? Well, there's one more option we have available, but it's not pretty. There are 4 tiers of Camdozel golems. We've got level 13 flawed golems, level 30 mind golems, level 50 body golems, and level 70 chaos golems. Let's go and kill our first chest-related monsters. Oh my god, a mysterious old man? Mime show, no! I really wanted those runes. Okay, so we've only got 8 scrambled eggs left and no other food. These are the flawed golems, I've just looked it up. So if we awaken one and start smacking it, let's see how difficult this is. Does it just hit 3 every time? So it seems like we can kill them, but they do a lot of damage. Okay, this golem's got a really easy flinching spot to get into, so while I'm training defense, I may as well flinch it, or else I'm gonna have to go back and get some food already. Remember, we can't pick up this rune essence because it's not from a chest, or leads to a chest. That is the most simplistic way we can tell the rules of this account. And there's our first defense level, hopefully of many. And that's our first hit points level, which is actually pretty huge because now anything that hits 10s cannot one-hit us. 5 defense, we can now wear steel, which is actually pretty good because the chests from here can give you steel armor. So we might get some upgrades soon. By soon, I mean in thousands of kills, but soon. And that's our first actual strength level of the many that we'll be getting on this grind. Oh, and there's our first drop of baronite shards. It's been so long. That is our first drop, and we got lucky. These drop 8 to 16, so we've just got a max roll. I am so happy with that. Only 734 to go. Man, I wish we could pick these up. They're genuinely taunting me. Oh, and there's another max drop of shards. That puts us to 64, which is really good because we've only killed 28 of them. So we are way above rate right now. So I've been browsing the wiki for pickaxe options, and we actually have no way to obtain a bronze pickaxe. We only have 2 ways to obtain an iron pickaxe even. One is ogre coffins. Now, for this series, coffins and sarcophagi count as chests, so ogre coffins are completely valid. The only issue is they're locked behind the Zerga Flesh Eaters quest, which has some pretty annoying stat requirements. The other place to obtain one is beginner clues, which is where I realised I've made a big mistake. All of these golems drop beginner clues, which I am allowed to pick up because they're monsters that also drop a key in the baronite shards. But since we've already got one in the bank from X marks a spot, they've not been dropping any. Let's try doing this beginner clue. The first step is actually doable. No cascade. The second step is Charlie the Tramp. This sucks. Charlie's got 8 item requirements, and without the use of shops and the skills we currently don't have access to, we can literally do 0 of his steps. And we finally breached the 100 mark. And there's 36 strength, which also gives me 200 total level and 30 combat. Everything's being hit now. We're now the same combat as these golems that we say, oi, get up to. At level 35, we started being able to hit 7s, which has actually sped this up quite a lot. Oh, and there's our first beginner clue. Let's see if we can do this. Relda. Spade. God damn it. Oh, and there's a collection log slot. There's a baronite guard. This is used to make the mace, but unfortunately, as it's not chest related, we have to leave it right here on the floor. This is a 1 in 500 drop from these. Quite rare indeed. Oh my god, I fucked up. Welcome to your weekly Tellacon is an idiot moment. I was just informed you can exchange this baronite guard for 100 shards. That would have legitimately saved us like 4 to 5 hours of grinding, for fuck's sake. And there we go. This drop gets us to over 250 shards, over 1/3 of the way to 750 to open up the vault. It only took us almost 14 hours. Holy crap. I guess there's 28 more hours to go. Oh, I am so lucky. I needed this. Baronite guard number 2. Now we know we can trade it. Let's go and do it. This right here has just saved us probably 5 hours of grinding. 20 defense, which once again, we can now wear mithril, which can also be dropped from the Camdozel vault. I really hope we do it some armor from here, because then grinding these will be so much easier in the future for beginner clues. Officially halfway done. Unlucky. This is a clue we can actually do. However, we need the ham storerooms, which we still can't get to. We are not lucky with these at all. Oh my god, another one from the level 13s. This is a 1 in 800 drop rate from these. We are so spooned. And there's another 5 hours saved. I am so happy. And there we go. These 7 shards mark the end of our first big journey. 754 Baronite shards. No beginner clue luck. Let's go see if we can get a pickaxe. And here we are at the Camdozel vault. We finally get to do a run. Now what's interesting about this vault is that you can get multiple chests in one run. The simple lockboxes are closer to the entrance, the elaborate are in the middle, and the ornate are all the way at the back. How you grab these is simple. This is a randomly generated maze, so every time we enter it is completely different. The doors that are passable will change, and the chest locations will change. Now, once again, like with every chest, there is a catch. We only have a 60-second time limit, and we have to come back to the entrance to finish. Click the door and then leave before the clock hits 0. Otherwise, we get teleported out and all of our chests we obtained are removed. Meaning we need to think quickly and calculate an optimal path. Wish me luck. I'm unsure if these are going to change, but we get 1 minute. They have changed. Let's just go. Wait, that's the wrong way. Please. Oh no. 1. Oh. I am not being that risky again. We managed to get 2 simple and 2 elaborate lockboxes in our first run. Now from the elaborate, we're mainly looking for that steel pickaxe, and from the simple, we just want some fishing bait and a fishing rod. Let's open these up and see what we get. Damn, no pickaxe, but some cool stuff. We also did get fishing bait, which we'll need a lot of. All in all, that took us 24 hours to do 1 vault run. And all we really got to show for it was some fishing bait. This is not sustainable, so we need to come up with something else. We're currently completing Plague City as it's required for Song of the Elves, but more importantly, it gives us some starting mining experience. The Camdozel mines require 14 mining, so even if we got an iron pickaxe from a beginner clue, we couldn't even start doing it. So I've got a solution. Plague City will get us the mining level to equip both the steel and black pickaxes, which are both obtainable from easy clues. I was originally looking to see if we can equip our mithril pickaxe at all, but 21 mining's too far out of reach for us, so this is the best solution. And there's Plague City completed, getting us 15 mining. Perfect. The only monsters we really have access to that drop easy clues are crabs, as they drop caskets. I'm going to opt for rock crabs because they've got the lowest hit points, so hopefully that leads to faster clues. First though, we need some more food. I only just realised that we could have done this all along. I didn't even know this food exists. Egg and tomato. You can simply add tomatoes to cooked scrambled eggs, and these heal 8 instead of 5. This would have been way better for the golem grind. Here we are at rock crabs. We're only going to be killing 1 at a time due to our lack of armor, so hopefully we can last longer. Easy clues are dropped at a rate of 1 in 128, so surely we can get 1 in 1 inventory of food, right? Oh, how I wish I could pick that up. Oh, and there's the reason we can kill these. The casket. What'll we get? Coins. Not bad, not great. These caskets don't give us too much, mainly coins and gems, but they do give us a chance at half keys, making them well worth opening. And there's 40 attack for our future rune weaponry. If we ever get any. Oh, yes. A maze random, holy crap. Oh my god, go away, rock crab, please. We really need to get into this. Yes. Oh, I'm so excited. Now we're safely at a chest, let's explain what we're doing here. We cannot complete the maze random normally as it's not a chest. However, the maze has these chests scattered around which we are allowed to loot. If you loot one of these chests and keep the dialogue open, your reward potential doesn't drop until you click again, meaning every chest loot only uses up 1% of your time. As the chests take 60 seconds to reset, we're basically stuck here for 85 minutes, but we also get 85 rolls of the loot table. The loot table looks like this, which as you can see is amazing. We get some combat potions, runes, and both bronze and iron arrows. These arrows, and the air runes specifically, are basically required for this account's early game, so we need as many hits as we can get. When the inventory gets full, this chest also automatically sends items to your bank. Whoever developed this is a lifesaver. 80 minutes later and we're at 0%. As you can see, at 0% it teleports us out, so we don't receive any loot from the maze itself, adhering to our rule set. Our inventory's got some arrows and quite a large amount of air runes, but the rest is in the bank, so we'll check that out later. Ooh, our luck's turning around. There's our first easy clue. Let's see if we can do it. Alcarid? No spade? Let's go. Come on. Okay, we can do this as well. This is looking good so far. Please. We got a casket. Oh my god, we actually got a casket. This could be so good. Okay, we can get so many upgrades from this. We're looking for a steel or black pickaxe, which are both a 1 in 36 per roll. But almost anything is good here. Are we ready? We got the steel pickaxe! And a staff of air! Oh my god! We're done in one clue. Rock crabs were the way to go. Staff of air means if we go back to the Isle of Souls, mage is free now. We can always cast with those mind runes. And this steel pick is absolutely amazing. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Look at the bank. All the beautiful runes and arrows from that maze. Don't see them very often. I guess it's kind of fitting considering we just hit the god clue. Oh my god, we just did one of the miles randoms and got a loot path of a key as well. What is going on right now? This is just a stream of luck after the other. All we need is a tooth half and we can open the crystal chest, which will be amazing, but we'll go through those drops when we get there. That is a 1 in 128 drop. Let's go get that in the bank. I cannot get across how important this pickaxe is. To obtain shards here, all we do is click a wall to mine it. AFK for a little bit, and when it depletes, click another one. It's basically purple motherlode mine. It took us 24 hours to get the 750 required shards at golems, and in a matter of minutes, we already have over 20 shards here. I am so happy. As you can see, you can also get these baronite deposits, which are really cool. At 14 smithing and with a hammer, so we can't do it yet, we can open these up and they contain even more shards. We got to level 21 mining and grabbed a mithril pickaxe upgrade, which made it even faster. And there is enough shards for another entry to the vault. This only took us around 40 minutes to achieve, making it what, 30 times faster than the golems? I'm currently only on around 6,000 experience an hour with the mithril pickaxe, which should hopefully go up in the future too. Okay, and we've just hit the hour mark, 1,196 shards. For comparison, we got 754 shards at the golems in 23.5 hours. I hate to say it, but this genuinely changes everything. There's 31 mining, meaning we can now use addy pickaxes. Now, we've just hit 2,503 baronite shards, and that means something special. We're going to do something very counterintuitive right now. We're going to be spending these on a mining buff. Now, these were obtained from a chest activity, and this increases the chest activity, so we are allowed to buy this. It's the only buff that we can buy other than the fishing one. So let's get the mining buff, and that is permanent. Now we've got a 10% higher chance to actually successfully mine shards. And there's 41 mining. We can wield rune pickaxes, which is going to be our best pickaxe. Unless we hit a third age, which is very unlikely. No, finally got a random and it's a freaking mime. Okay, we have 7 runs of the Camdozel Vault stored. Let's go and see what kind of lockboxes we can get. No, our first fail. That means we're going to lose these lockboxes. Yeah, god damn it. We really need to practice this. Jeez, this is the last one, and this was the god run for simple lockboxes. We've got 5. That's insane. Okay, in 6 successful runs and 1 failure, we got 19 boxes. We got 13 simple, 5 elaborate, and 1 ornate. We're looking for armor, because we literally don't have another way to get any other slots right now. And we are looking for fishing rod, fishing bait, logs, or anything like that. So let's go. Iron and copper ore is lovely. An iron kite shield, that is an upgrade. We got some armor. That is our new best in slot. Look at the drip. We also got some logs, which we can use GP to turn into planks, even though we can't use GP at shops. Soft clay, we can train some crafting. And there's the fishing rod. We also got a tinderbox to light the logs. Camdozel is a dream right now. And that's all the simple lock boxes acquired. We didn't get much ore, but we did get some, which is what's important. Okay, on to the elaborates. Steel arrows, water runes, coal. A myth square? Oh, now we are beautiful. Look at that. We do need something that's not a shield slot, though. Now, these have the best chance at hitting armor. Good luck, us. And we got 2 energy potions. God damn it. And with all of those boxes opened and some amazing progress this episode, we're going to camp out here for a while and prepare for the next steps of the account. Unlocking and completing barrows.